In this video, we're going to be breaking down verbal descriptions and turning them into algebraic expressions with one variable. Before we create an actual algebraic expression though, we're going to try and solve this problem or figure it out without any variables involved. So we're going to look for the variables and I'm going to change it into a number. I'm going to use this strategy to try and help determine what I would do to figure out how to answer the problem. So in this problem here, it says Amy used 2/3 of a ribbon that is y inches long to tie her hair. And we want to figure out how much ribbon she used. So she used 2/3 of y inches. I'm going to just change this y inches. And I'm going to make it something that's divisible by 2/3 or by any thirds. And I'm going to say it's 9 inches. So if I were to figure this out, it says Amy used 2/3 of a ribbon that is 9 inches long to tie her hair. So what I'm looking for 2/3 of 9. And to figure out what 2/3 of 9 is, of means to multiply. So I would take 2/3, multiply it by 9. That leaves us with 18/3, which is equivalent to 6. So I could say that Amy used 6 inches of ribbon for her hair. In this problem, though, that is not what we're dealing with. We are not dealing with 9 inches. We are dealing with y inches. So now, anywhere where I see that 9, I'm going to replace it with the variable of y. So in the problem, again, it says Amy used 2/3 of a ribbon that is y inches long. So I'm looking for 2/3 of y. And what we did here was we multiplied 2/3 by 9. So now I'm just going to multiply 2/3 by y, which gives us 2/3 y as our answer. So I would say that Amy used 2/3 y inches of ribbon. We'll just put that as inches. She used 2/3 y inches of ribbon for her hair. In this example, we're given that there are 7 sticks of clay that are shared equally amongst 28 students. Each stick of clay weighs c grams. We want to figure out how much each student receives. So what is the weight that each student receives? So if we have 7 sticks of clay shared equally amongst 28 students, and each stick of clay weighs, let's make this make it 8 grams. So if we said there are 7 sticks of clay and each stick of clay was 8 grams, we could figure out how much the total weight of clay is. So if I had 1 stick would be 8 grams. 2 sticks would be a total of 16 grams. 3 sticks is 24, and so on. We could do that all the way up until we get 8, or we could just multiply that 7 sticks by 8 grams, and that gives us 56 total grams of clay. Now what we want to do is we want to split it equally amongst 28 students. So to split something equally, we would use division. So I'm going to take that 56 grams and I'm going to divide it by 28. And when we divide here, 56 divided by 28, that leaves us with 2 grams, which means that each student would get 2 grams of clay. Now we're going to look at this problem again, but we are going to get rid of 8 and we'll replace that with C. So I'm going to keep the numerical process over here so we could reference that when we need. And now let's start with what we did originally. We did 7 times 8. So now I have 7 sticks of clay, and each stick weighs C grams. To find the total weight, that would be 7 times C. And then we're going to divide that, or split it up equally, amongst 28 students. So I'm going to divide 7C by 28. 7 over 28 could reduce. That could reduce to 1/4. And we had a C there, so I'm going to put that C on the side. And I could say that each student will receive 1/4 C grams of clay.